Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other. Jim's an onion. You got to peel back the layers to get to the good part.
Let's put it like this. I think the Packers have the worst roster outside of the quarterback in the NFC North. This roster needs to be closer to Detroit Lions roster, filled with elite players for the Packers to be able to win with Jordan Love.
But this is the ultimate team game. I've always believed that. Some of the best teams we've ever seen, didn't have a ton of stars on it, right? So it's really about how those units operate together. So again, you can't win without good players, but they got to work together.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light at the Mountains of Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power out at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Riley Yauk back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Someone, somewhere gave primetime Wallershine the day off. Not approved by the show. Could have had the whole gang back together, but we are thrilled, Molly Brown, to bring back our third wheel, Matt Hamilton.
Our third wheel? Oh, God.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, no, you kind of are.
Matt Hamilton, also a winner. Let's hear it from Matt Hamilton. Where in Norway? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Of course. Does Posh Spice spend time there as well, or is that the one that married David
Yes,
Beckham?
correct.
Okay. Yes. And shout out to Matt, as you can stream us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream as well. Molly's been trying to mime something to me for the entire time.
I was just telling you that we apparently
can't.
can't hear Matt.
Okay.
Now we can.
Did I just ramble there the entire
Yeah,
time?
you did. That's why I was like, please stop talking.
Well, then she indicates to me of, look at your phone. I'm like, I got nothing. I got no messages on my phone.
I thought Riley texted it. He didn't.
Oh, man.
I thought I had to filibuster, so I was like, keep going.
I've got texts coming in from fans on the talking text line right now. Just on my personal talking text line. Woo!
Fantastic.
It's going great. Whoever set this remote up, my goodness, they're good.
Yes. That's all right. That's all right. All right, Matt, you won. Congratulations. Yeah. But you know what? We're a sports show in Wisconsin, and I was flabbergasted on Thursday when the Packers got Micah Parsons. I had to double check. I sent it to Primetime Wallershine, like, this for real? Because it was out of character for the Green Bay Packers. It was for real. And,
for real or phony?
Yes, and it was 100% for real. But, Matt, the time difference, you're a diehard Packer fan. What was your reaction?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I didn't sleep super great. I did not acclimate to the time zone super well. So I did see it. It did come through on my phone, and then I saw your text messages. So I mean, I was pretty shocked too. But that said, there was the rumor mill was churning, and there was a lot of talk about Micah Parsons going to the Packers, and I was like, oh, that great, like they're kicking the tires. I kind of thought same old Packers, like, oh yeah, we were in the mix for Micah Parsons, but we didn't pull the trigger. So I was absolutely shocked that it actually happened. Less shocked at the scenario because there was some rumors around it, and I was aware of those rumors. So I'm just so excited to have like a legitimate pass rusher. I've been trying to like wish cast Rashawn Gary into this elite pass rusher situation for years now.
We know.
I don't have to do that anymore. We got Micah Parsons now. I think it's going to make Rashawn Gary's job even easier with Micah Parsons on the line. So I think it's gonna be great as long as the L4 and L5 vertebrae are all good. Then I think Micah Parsons is going to be a monster for the Green Bay Packers.
A lot to unpack there, Matt Hamilton. 844-770-3776 is the Carbs Talk text line. List is more. We'll get to our Saturday Limited poll question in a minute. Again, you can stream us. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. You'll see the great. We're in the old Barry Alvarez room. The Barry Alvarez show is coming up at 6 o'clock later today with Jesse Nelson, Tarek Salah, Derek Engler, and, of course, Barry Alvarez. You can see some of the Alvarez memorabilia behind us at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, home of the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl Happy Hour. And Matt Hamilton is back. Thanks to JJ and Poinette and Jeremiah Madison for pointing out that, yes, no, we could not hear Matt Hamilton.
That's okay.
So
I just kind of rambled about how fun my trip was. No worries.
I picture, like, if you've all seen, like, Forrest Gump, and then Matt comes back in, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Because they unplug everybody.
Right,
He's got
right.
this big, long speech. Guys, the world secrets, the trade secrets that Matt Hamilton just shared with the entire world, all the things he found out, off into the ether. Nobody will ever know him because someone pulled the plug on Matt
Now already
Hamilton.
forgot.
Yes, yeah. True Forrest Gump. You are, in a compliment, a little bit of a Forrest Gump life for you. I mean, you kind of just are like a lot of different places. You're like,
True.
why the hell is Matt in Norway? Or he met the president multiple times. He's been in like, on the Tonight Show? Like, what?
Twice.
At least he didn't show.
You're so annoying.
As far as I know, at least he hasn't, like, shown anyone his butt, like Forrest did or whatever.
As far as we know. As far as we know.
No one call in if you've seen it.
Actually, no, call in 844-770-3776 if you have seen it.
So I want to throw a few things out because my general take on this, and we can start with our Saturday Limited poll question, is that there is now no player in the NFL who has more pressure on him to perform than Jordan Love. So that is our poll question. Is Jordan Love under the most pressure of any QB in the NFL? 844-770-3776. That's the Carbs Talking text line. List is more. I don't think there's any quarterback with more pressure on him to win over the next 3 years specifically. I go with the 3-year window. Courtney Cronin from ESPN brought it up when they had her on SportsCenter. 3 years, one, that puts Micah then closer to that 30. He's 26 then. He'll be 26 now. He'll be 29 then. You assume the same production. This back injury you brought up, I feel like that's a concern more at 29, 30, 31. I feel like this is something he can play through and power through. So maybe it affected the trade value a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be something that's going to disrupt his play over the next couple of years. But it could be something in the future that could be a longer-term issue. But I look at it that 2 to 3 years from now, then the pay, like, there's only so many times you can move the money in the banana stand. Mm-hmm. So Micah making a ton of money, Jordan making a ton of money. You're going to lose peripheral players like Rashawn Gary being on his team in 3 years probably is not a thing. Other players.
You have to think about paying Golden.
Yeah, well, yes.
He's going to be a stud.
Maybe. But then, look, why is the pressure on Jordan Love? Dak Prescott had CeeDee Lamb. He's had Amari Cooper. He's had hell of wide receivers out there.
Yeah.
They had Micah Parsons during that time. They had Mike McCarthy, a Super Bowl winning coach. They didn't win a Super Bowl. They won the division, I think, once or twice, got to the playoffs a few times, and honestly would have had a better record if Dak stayed healthy. When Dak was healthy, they were good, but they were not a Super Bowl team. J.J. Watt, Miles Garrett, T.J. Watt, got great pass rushers, didn't have the quarterback. You still have to have the quarterback. The Packers made a all-in bet on Jordan Love by getting Micah Parsons, and so the pressure is on him to perform. If they don't win the Super Bowl, Jordan Love's tenure as a quarterback is, I would say, a failure because you went all in. There's no excuses. You went more in my opinion, for Jordan Love than you ever did for Aaron Rodgers.
It seems like it.
The Bears made this bet, and they went from bad to they won the division and made the playoffs twice with Khalil Mack. That's not why they made that bet. They made a bet on Mitch Trubisky. It failed. Everyone lost their job. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love's better than Mitch Trubisky. But the Packers are trying to go from the 7 seed. They now have Super Bowl or bust expectations. And the guy to get him to the Super Bowl is not Micah Parsons because the defensive guy doesn't get you to the Super Bowl. It just makes life easier for Jordan Love. So I think Jordan Love, more than any other player or especially another quarterback, he has the most amount of pressure than anyone else in the NFL.
I mean, I would agree with that. It's hard to think of another quarterback who I feel that has, like, actual pressure from fans. Like, I think Aaron Rodgers might be putting a little pressure on himself because it's his last season. He's got a team that is decent. So I think, like, he has, like, some self-manufactured pressure, but it's nothing compared to what Jordan Love's got going on. Maybe Lamar Jackson, who obviously multi-time MVP but hasn't gotten to a Super Bowl yet. I feel like he's got the built-in excuse, like they're in the AFC. He's got to deal with Burrow. He's got to deal with Mahomes, Josh Allen.
Does Josh Allen have pressure on him?
Yes.
Certainly.
He needs to beat. He has pressure on him just to beat Mahomes.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's kind of like Ja'Carl Malone have pressure to beat Michael Jordan. I mean, like when you're trying to going up against the GOAT.
Do we think Bills fans
pressure?
are talking about this right now? Like they have the same question. Like even though they know Jordan Love and the Micah Parsons situation, are they on their airwaves, on their 4 to 6 drive time, saying Josh Allen has the most pressure on him than any other quarterback in the NFL?
I mean, he's up there.
He's definitely up there.
What is the like? Just in
the
terms
green and
of
gold makes it a lot of pressure on and Jordan and for this trade because I'm guessing Buffalo. It was like Jim Kelly and then trash till Josh Allen. So they're probably still very much in the honeymoon phase of like, yeah, we want to win a Super Bowl, but it's not like we got to go do it. The Packers have opened a window, but they've also set a timeline.
But also, don't you feel like the Bills' window is closing?
Right. So
it's a lot of pressure.
It is.
And he's coming off an MVP season.
Yeah, I mean,
the only reason they wouldn't.
I still think it's Jordan Love personally
Yeah.
because I've got that like direct tie to the Packers, and that's what I care about more. So it's definitely a biased, skewed angle.
Right.
But there's no way that you couldn't make the argument in New York to the Buffalo fans that Jordan Love is definitely up there as well.
Yeah, it would be what you've mentioned about Mahomes. It's the only reason. Like it's kind of a built-in excuse. If Josh Allen gets back to the AFC Championship game and they lose to Mahomes again, your mortal sin is not being as good as the GOAT of your era.
Right.
It sucks, but like it's not, as big of like Jordan Love not getting his team to the Super Bowl because everyone says the NFC a little bit weaker, a little bit softer. Mm-hmm. The Packers acquired the best,
less elite quarterbacks for sure.
Yes, the Packers have acquired the best defensive player, at least in the NFC, maybe in the NFL. He is a multiplier. He makes Rashawn Gary should have a better season than he's ever had. Lucas Van Ness should not look like a massive bust. And
when he gets in the game.
When he gets in the Wyatt should look better.
Yeah.
But now you have a werewolf, a multiplier on your D-line.
Yep.
Probably at linebacker. Edrin Cooper's trending that way. He's got to play a whole season, but he's trending that way. And then McKinney on the back end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there's questions. McKinney's got a bad hamstring. Does that linger? Does he have 8 interceptions again? Doesn't matter now that you have Micah Parsons. So, like, some of the regression that you could have built in the secondary back to the mean is removed because you have Micah Parsons.
But this was Hafley's whole idea. If we can get pressure with the front four, we can be ball hawks in Green Bay. We can force these interceptions because pressure and that sort of like constant breathing down the quarterback's neck is going to make them make mistakes. Like, do I think he's going to get 8? That's a huge number. Like, I wouldn't say that for certain, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers got more turnovers this season because of this ability to be a front four.
Trigger.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
It is funny because I was just listening to the Mina Kimes podcast. And one of the things I brought up is that you can never count on turnovers. But this does put you in position to be that.
So it wouldn't surprise me if we saw more.
They had a lot last year.
They did.
Yeah, and again, my theory is that they could be a better defense and go from top 5 to top 10 in turnovers. And they're still an elite defense. It's still a lot of turnovers. Mm-hmm. But turnovers are inherently just lucky. But you are obviously the way you play. The other part of this is that helps the Packers more than anything else is that they were one of the worst teams in the NFL in basically how quickly you sacked a quarterback. And then also they were one of the worst as far as getting home with the front four. They always had, like, if they were sending forward, no blitzing, they basically never got home. And even when they blitzed at times, it took them a long time to get home. This eliminates all that. Obviously, Mike is one of the best players in the NFL is getting home quickly, and that'll help everyone on the defensive line. So their biggest hurdle they had to overcome, because Jeff Hafley had to scheme the hell out of things because they didn't generate pass rush with just the front four, makes your life a lot easier. So as long as health is there for Parsons, but even if it's not, the pressure's still on Love. Like, the Packers organization, you said from the fans, the organization has basically told Jordan Love, do it. We now have mortgaged our short-term future to go win a Super Bowl. We're going to have to lose other good players. You're going to have to elevate other players around you. You have to stay healthy, and you have to perform as not as a top 10, 11 QB, but as a top 5 QB, a QB we can win with, win because of, not just with. And that's a lot to ask of him. He can do it, but it still doesn't. It's wild because Jared Goff, he's got Agent Hutchinson. Now, Hutchinson got hurt last year, and he probably would have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But he has not gotten back to the Super Bowl. So, again, the defensive player doesn't guarantee a Super Bowl, but it does guarantee an ungodly amount of pressure on Jordan Love, because it really is Super Bowl or bust.
But now I do like that you said that Jordan Love is a quarterback that you need. Well, he's been the quarterback that you could win with, but not because of. So do you think that needs to shift? One, that's part one of my question. And then part two, what is Jared Goff then? Because we love to say that Jared Goff is a better quarterback than what Jordan Love is right now. At least I think that
he's a better version of what Jordan Love is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So is Jared Goff a quarterback that you win with, or is he one that you win because of?
With. He's a with guy, too.
I will say, though, with this addition of Micah Parsons, Jordan Love's ability, like, his window to be a quarterback that you win with and not because of is greater. He's got a better defense, which means he might not have to do as much, right?
Sure.
Like, that was his whole thing, the big game hunting. If he does realize, like, hey, my defense has my back, I don't need to be a superhero, I just need to be smart with the ball, I think we can definitely win because of him. Does he need to make that step to be the win because of? Probably less so than normal, but the pressure to win is higher than ever because we have Micah.
But I also think that our expectations are changed now, too.
Well, this is his third year, and
yes,
as we
said,
said,
but
this is the prove-it year.
I'm saying just with the addition of Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we were all fine going into this next season, and Jason Wilde has come on our show and said it, that Jordan Love is a quarterback that you win with, not because of, that we were all fine and we were taking that. That is who he is. Mm-hmm. Now, are we asking him to be the guy that you win because of now? Because you had this elevated guy added to your team? Like, you have this massive addition to your team. Mm-hmm. So now you need to pull your weight, and you need to do more than what was expected of you prior to last week, Thursday.
We'll take a break here. Think about this. Who's the last quarterback, and maybe it's Jalen Hurts, that you win with and not because of? This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has zero sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store in Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
I'm going down, baby. Your street in the rain. Come on. Baby. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, go up. Listen to it pass. Light it up and take a puff. That's the team, man. I'm going down, baby. Your street in the rain. Ready to let it go. Shimmy, go up. Listen to it pass. Light it up and take a puff. That's the team, man. You can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, and Molly Brown with you. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbus Talking text line. List is more. I've already upset Packer fans.
What have you done now? I think you.
What did I do?
Just by saying there's more pressure on Jordan Love than anyone else.
Not even that, and I thought we all kind of agreed on this. Fire Jim 1 chimes in. Did a Bears fan really say the defensive player doesn't get you to the Super Bowl? Defenses not only get you to the Super Bowl, but they win new championships as a Bears fan. Jim, you should know that. No, they don't. Like, the Bears have had great defenses. They got one Super Bowl. Yeah, they got Sexy Rexy to the Super Bowl, but they lost to the Colts. Sexy Rexy Grossman there. Shout out to Rex Grossman. You got to have the quarterback. I wish there was an era. 1985. And you go with the Ravens.
I mean, the last time that it happened was the Ravens,
right?
And Flacco was good.
So yes, but
the one with, not because of, but
so again, I think it's Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers. They have built their roster to be a Super Bowl contending team, and I don't disagree with the idea that they are a Super Bowl contending team. It all falls on Jordan Love, in my opinion, because let's go look at the Jalen Hurts. They had a great defense. I'm not saying the Packers didn't need an improvement in defense. I'm saying that to win the Super Bowl, you still need great quarterback play. Jalen Hurts played awesome in the Super Bowl.
And Saquon Barkley was on another level all season.
And Josh Jacobs is not Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
But Micah Parsons is better than I think anyone on Philadelphia as a singular player.
Okay.
Not as an overall defense, but as a singular player.
You
and I
put
think
him over Saquon?
as a defensive player.
Oh,
sorry.
defensive, yeah. Then yes.
So, but look at T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt, Myles Garrett. There are plenty of great defensive players who play on great defenses who didn't get to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl. That's why the pressure's on Jordan Love. I'm not saying the Packers are Super Bowl or bust. To me, they are a team that has to go to the Super Bowl and win one in the next 3 years, or this trade did not fully pan out because this roster is built to do it. The wild card here, the only bet that was made, in my opinion, is Jordan Love going from the 12th best quarterback in the league to, let's say, the 6th best quarterback in the league. That's the bet that is made here. Micah Parsons can help with that.
I mean, he's certainly good, and keeping the other team from scoring as many points is going to make Jordan Love's job easier. But the classic mistake for Jordan Love is going big game hunting a little too often.
Yep.
Like, there's things that he needs to learn how to do that have nothing to do with Micah Parsons in the defense. The things that he needs to make sure he dials in on is letting it rip, as Matt LaFleur wanted to say. That's when Jordan Love's his best. And calculating, like, when you need to be the superhero. Like, it doesn't need to be 7-8 times a game. It could be 1, 2, or 3, and you've got to accept that. You don't have to be the guy that's going to make that superhero play all the time. Like, you've got other players around you that can make your life easier. Jordan Love's got he's got a lot of growing to do this year as far as a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, who we all are, well, maybe not Jim, but me and Molly definitely want him to be an elite level quarterback, and those are the kind of things that an elite quarterback does, and Jordan Love has to get to the root of his issues with it.
I'm glad that you said that, because I feel like a good way to summarize that is just saying he needs to be more mature this season, where I feel like his first year as a starter, he was a bit timid, and then he kind of had he obviously had like the flashes in the last few games of the season. Then last year, that's when Matt LaFleur said, rip it, which I think he took to heart, and then we were constantly saying, this guy's trying to play like Brett Favre half the time and just lofting it up there and hoping somebody catches it, which it works sometimes and it didn't the other times. But this year, I feel like he just needs to be more of a healthy balance of it, that he just needs to be that mature player and make good choices in a sense. And that sounds stupid. It sounds basic, but that just feels like the biggest thing, because what you're just talking about is the inconsistencies that he's had over the last couple of years.
He kind of just needs to be what Matthew Stafford was when the Rams won the Super Bowl, with a great defense. And the Packers now have a Super Bowl caliber defense.
Speaking of that, the Rams had to go out and get Stafford to get Aaron Donald this Super Bowl.
Yes.
Aaron Donald wasn't enough, and Jalen Ramsey wasn't enough to win it.
So, like, the two have to go together. Because Daniel the Landscaper chimes in, the Giants' defenses helped Eli win those Super Bowls. Fine. When the hell was that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and Eli also –
Eli's Eli Manning.
He's a good quarterback.
And he got hot. It was the Nick Foles type of, like, and Joe Flacco. He got hot at the right time twice.
I feel bad about saying that about Joe Flacco, because he did go on to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
He's a very good quarterback.
He's very good, but was he elite? Did you put him in that elite
category?
Joe
Flacco, the conversation we're having about Jordan Love is a little bit Joe Flacco. Is he elite?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of that conversation.
Can he be elite?
And so a lot of these quarterbacks are in that window. Dak Prescott could have had a different story written about him if the defense played more. The reason why I asked the question, or why I say the pressure's on Jordan Love, is Dallas had Mike McCarthy, a Super Bowl winning coach. They had a high-powered offense. They had Micah Parsons. They had Dak Prescott. They had CeeDee Lamb. They had offensive players. They Jake Ferguson. They had other guys who could make plays. They didn't win with Micah.
Yeah.
It's just not a guarantee. The pressure is on, and the pressure, in my opinion, is most on Jordan Love. I think the Packers, what you said is before, pressure is a privilege.
Yep.
The Packers are now legitimately a Super Bowl contender, and they better win a Super Bowl over the next 3 years.
What are they, the number 2 favorite right now in the NFC to
I would
go to
imagine
Super Bowl?
so.
Behind
I
the
mean,
Eagles, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
And if honestly, Detroit, I'll give the benefit to the Packers in this because Detroit lost both their coordinators. Detroit's roster is still loaded as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just don't know what the Lions coordinators are going to be. If there's not a massive drop-off from the coordinators, and with Jared Goff, like, he's a veteran QB, he might be enough to kind of cover up some of the play calling, and Dan Campbell's still going to be the guy that goes for it on third down. Like, Detroit to me is now not the favorite, but I think it's very much going to be a down-to-the-wire division here. I don't care if the Packers win the division or not. To me, it's about what happens in the playoffs. And Jordan Love has to go from a quarterback who had one great playoff game and 2 below-average playoff games to a guy that can lift his team deep into the playoffs. The defense will help, but the pressure is on Jordan Love. The Packers have a Super Bowl winning caliber defense now.
It's wild, too, because I truly believe that Micah Parsons and that defense takes some pressure off Jordan Love, but what you're supposed to be able to do with that kind of defense, like, takes pressure off him in the game to score 30-plus points a game. Like, that shouldn't be the case anymore because this defense should be able to contain other teams' offenses. Now that pressure is all external. It's from fans. It's from coaches. It's from radio host Jim Rutledge that you need to be an all-star quarterback and get this team to a Super Bowl because you have no legitimate excuses anymore. And that's the biggest part of the pressure is the pressure for me comes from you don't have anything to hang your hat on like, oh, the defense wasn't that good or, you know, our receivers aren't that great. Like we spent a number one first-round draft pick, not number one, but a first-round draft pick on Matthew Golden. You've got your a first-round pedigree guy to catch a pass. You've got a top 3 defensive player in the league right now to bolster your defense. Like, there's nothing for you to blame other than yourself, and that's where the pressure's coming from. It's not from the actual game.
If the Packers don't go to the Super Bowl and win one in the next 3 years, the blame falls solely on the shoulders of Jordan Love.
It depends how they lose.
No.
Depends how they lose.
You're the quarterback. They went and got you a Super Bowl caliber defense.
You don't think Matt LaFleur plays any part into this?
Well, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say that it's relies solely on.
But fans are going to want Jordan Love's head first.
I don't know. I do think it matters how they lose.
Micah Parsons is not going to be feeling this pressure.
And also, I think he's got to make it there. Like, again, I understand the Super Bowl.
Are Packer fans like the softest, most whiny group of people on the face of the earth? I say the Packers are true Super Bowl contenders. I say they have a Super Bowl caliber defense, and you got Jim as an annoying guy. Call me Fire Jim number 2. As a Packers fan, we had an explosive offense, and the only thing that got us was the NFC Championship game. That's why the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, went to the Bucs. Finish your thought, Jim is annoying. Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time, is why they won the Super Bowl. And then he goes, and Peyton, the second greatest quarterback of all time, goes to the Broncos. You answered your own damn question. The defense has to be good, but you have to have a great quarterback. Jesus. James and DeForest, someone get this guy off of the radio. Seriously,
People
like years ago.
me.
Why? What did you say?
I don't know what Jim did this year other than he's literally saying the Packers should go to the Super Bowl, guys.
Jim's just like...
He has totally flipped his thought about what the Packers should be this year.
Micah Parsons is a multiplier.
I agree.
The defense is good enough to win them a Super Bowl. So if they don't win a Super Bowl, it is Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur and the offense's fault. That's why you got Micah Parsons.
I kind of do. It's up to Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love now.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
it's not on Brian Gutekunst. He's like I said this last week. He has done everything that he possibly could in order to set this team up for success. At least as far as I'm concerned, that's what he said. If anything, there could have been more veteran leadership in the locker room over the last 2 years, maybe. Yeah. But that's not his style. That's not how he's rolling. So what did he do? He had a Micah Parsons, and now he has Jordan Love, and you have Matthew Golden. Like, you have every single piece from Brian Gutekunst. So I don't know what the other answers are. If people have other answers of who's shoulders does it fall on if the Packers don't make it to the Super Bowl? What are your answers? Because I do want to know.
I just don't think they like the expectation. We're just supposed to only talk
I don't like
about
the expectations either because it makes me nervous. But I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'd rather be in your shoes than my shoes. Yeah. The Chicago Bears weren't good enough to make the Micah Parsons trade. Yeah. They make that trade, they're not a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
The Packers have more evidence to believe that they are a Super Bowl contender because they've seen enough out of Jordan Love that they think Jordan Love will jump from 12 to 6. Caleb needs to jump from like 20 to 12. And then the Bears can have a conversation about trading for Micah Parsons.
Jim,
but they have to see their whole roster.
I want you to clarify because James in DeForest says this guy blames Micah for not winning a Super Bowl with Dallas. Then in the next breath says Love gets the blame if they don't win a Super Bowl. Come on, guy. I don't think that you once said
Jesus Christ,
that
do people listen? Dak Prescott wasn't good enough to win with Micah Parsons. Does that help you? I didn't blame Micah Parsons. I said Dak Prescott wasn't good enough. And so if Jordan Love is not good enough, it is Jordan Love's fault. A defensive player is not responsible for winning Super Bowls or losing Super Bowls.
I think
they now have removed any and all excuses for Jordan Love and the offense to not win a Super Bowl. So if they don't win a Super Bowl, it will be on the offense. Yeah. Is that clear enough?
And
goodness gracious.
And also bringing it to Matt LaFleur, too, I think you can also blame Mike McCarthy for reasons why they didn't get far enough in the playoffs or go to a Super Bowl as well.
I don't blame J.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt for not winning Super Bowls. I blame their bum-ass quarterbacks. And Jordan Love's not a bum-ass quarterback. The pressure's on him to go win a Super Bowl.
Defenses make it easier for you to win, but it doesn't. At the end of the day, they don't score as many points as the offense. You need to get in the end zone with the offense.
The Chiefs have a great defense.
Yeah.
They win because of Patrick Mahomes. It's not that hard to figure out. Now the Packers have one of the two things. Before they got Micah Parsons, they didn't have either. They did not, in my opinion, have a Super Bowl caliber defense. Now they do. We'll figure out what Jordan Love will be. Is he Super Bowl caliber? They're making the bet that he is. And that's why the pressure's on him. He's not afraid of the pressure.
Right.
Fans aren't afraid of the pressure. Before we ask Jason,
I'm a little afraid of the pressure, Jim.
You shouldn't be afraid of the pressure.
I'm afraid that we're Super Bowl or bust, and we'll have a bad game or a silly turnover. You know what I mean? Like, we could be in position, and something crazy could happen. We saw a 70-yard kick in field goal in preseason out of the Jaguars. It's football.
Your quarterback could have an opportunity to go win you a game against the 49ers on the road, and he just throws it across his body on first down for no good reason.
Yeah. Why are we talking about that? That was years ago. We didn't have Micah Parsons then, okay?
Yeah.
We had Micah Parsons.
It would have been a strip sack touchdown, Jim.
Look, Micah Parsons is a multiplier. He absolutely, again, he takes the Packers from the 7th seed, who I thought was going to be second or third in the division, maybe even third, to some people had them missing the playoffs, to a Super Bowl contender. That's how big of a move this is. It's a hell of a move.
And that's not just Jim's opinion. Vegas also says that.
Yes.
The Sharps in Vegas think that the Packers are number 2 behind the Eagles right now in the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And
we're with you, Jim. We're not the ones that are calling for your job, at least about this.
But
calling for your job for other
What I don't understand is, I'm literally being complimentary on the air.
Yeah, you just can't win with our fans.
Unbelievable. I need to crack a Liney's.
Oh, well, I have some great suggestions for you. My one right now that I'm just vibing because it's just a good, anytime beer to drink is that Liney Lodge Lime. It's a Mexican-style lager with lime flavor and a pinch of saltiness. But if lagers aren't your speed, there's the Tropical Hazy IPA, the Delicious Summer Shandy, the Lakeside Cherry, which is always a banger, the Juicy Peach, which has historically been my favorite, especially on a pontoon boat. They've got the Honey Weiss, the Liney's Original, the Berry Weiss, and a whole lot more seasonal beers. Check out Leinekugels for whatever beer you are into because they have a flavor for every moment. Leinekugels is one of the best beers to have any time of year here in Wisconsin, so go check them out wherever delicious beers are sold.
Jason Wilde next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Utica Bar, Paoli Pub and Grill, the Pub at Pleasant Springs, and the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 finance. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit MetroFordMadison.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 SPN Madison.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Thank you for helping me prove my point, Molly. Because
You're welcome.
my point. Well, is this Matt Hamilton?
Molly said it best. I said fart in the bathtub. She said gross.
Do you have a question for Jason, or how is he supposed to respond to this?
He asked the questions to me. No bad.
By hanging up.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that?
Even though we got a tight window with Jason Wilde, I still need to continue our tradition that started when Matt Hamilton was out. Jason, how you doing on a Tuesday?
I'm great. How are you, James?
I'm fantastic, but I will say this. I can't seem to say anything without upsetting Packer fans, because all I said is that adding Micah Parsons puts a boatload of pressure on Jordan Love, because Dak Prescott didn't win a Super Bowl with Micah Parsons. That's not Micah Parsons' fault. J.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, all great players, don't have Super Bowls. The quarterback still has to be the one to elevate this team. The Packers now have a Super Bowl caliber defense with a top 3 defensive player in all the NFL. That puts a lot of pressure on Jordan Love. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, I think people just don't like you.
That's fair, yeah. That's also fair to say.
He's messed with our algorithm.
People
Now everybody
like
hates
me.
us.
So wait a minute. So help me, because is this the first time? Now Woolie's gone, and Riley doing a great job filling in. But is this the first time I've talked to the 3 of you simultaneously in a month?
Easy, yeah, yeah. We basically called Matt our third wheel now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well,
You've co-hosted with us more than Matt has.
True.
Yes, in a not weird way, as opposed to the other weird ways that this story has gone. I'm curious, given your experience as a Bears fan with the Khalil Mack trade, how is that impacting your view of this trade for the Packers?
So it directly impacts it because the Bears made a incorrect bet on Mitch Trubisky. Now the Packers have more evidence that Jordan Love is good. But the Bears went from a bad team to a team that won the division, I think went to the playoffs twice with Khalil Mack. So he elevated their team, but you make a move like that and mortgage your future to go to the Super Bowl. They made a bet that Mitch Trubisky was going to make a big jump. He didn't. So the Packers are making that same bet with more evidence from Jordan Love, but it's the same bet that, like, our quarterback now can have no excuses, and we're going to put him in the best position we possibly can to help him go win because – like Patrick Mahomes has Chris Jones on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Philadelphia's defense was great. And so now it just puts a lot of pressure on Jordan Love to go be that guy that can be Hutchinson plays for the Lions. Jared Goff is there. No Super Bowls yet. So you got to have the quarterback play still.
Yeah, I would agree. And you know, one of the great stories that I always loved about the 96 team, which obviously that was my first year covering the team, so I loved everything back then. It was just great to be there. But it was the way that the defense basically, and I know Leroy Butler would say this. I know Reggie White would say this. You know, Wayne Simmons would just make grunting noises and scare everybody like Roy Kent and Ted Lasso. But they would always tell Favre, hey, man, you throw a pick, it's fine. We'll get it back for you. We don't want you worrying about that kind of stuff. Play your game. If you turn the ball over, we'll get it back for you. And, you know, there's obviously, even before they acquired Parsons, there's been that mentality this offseason to force more fumbles. They obviously have McKinney, who picked off 8 passes last year. Like, I think that should, in theory, while both putting more pressure on Love because the expectations are ratcheted up, I still believe pressure is a privilege, as we learned from Billie Jean King. On the flip side, I think it should also make him feel like, hey, look, you know, when I took chances in the past, and Lord knows he did, right, especially in the last 2 playoff games, and he threw 5 picks in those 2 games, you know, the margin for error maybe wasn't quite as big. I'm not saying that he should go out there and start playing like Brett Favre, but at least he knows that now he's got more so than ever before a defense that should be able to, whether it's stripping the quarterback on a sack for a fumble or pressuring him into an interception, they should have even more opportunities for takeaways, which can erase mistakes made by the quarterback.
Jason, how concerned should we be about Micah Parsons back? Because I guess I was under the impression that this was a negotiating tactic, and he wasn't going to step foot on the field until he got his money from the Dallas Cowboys. But now that it's like we're hearing that he might be getting a shot before the first game, I mean, is this something to be concerned about and that could lead to future issues?
Yeah, I think mildly. I mean, first of all, back issues. You know, anytime I hear somebody talking about they've got back problems, I'm always leery of that. I, knock on wood, have never had significant back problems, but on the occasion when you do something, it can be debilitating, right? And so I would never say 0% chance because my name's not Steve the Homer True. But my mentality would be, you know, it bears monitoring, but I still think it was more. They're not going to say this now, obviously, and they can't because of the ridiculous. The fact that the NFLPA gave up all this power in the previous collective bargaining agreement that, like, you couldn't even hold out without accruing fines that cannot be rescinded. So now we have these stupid hold-ins. Oh, my back. Oh, my arm. I just don't get it. So he can't come out and say, yeah, I was faking. So, you know, and look, again, I understand how the game is played. I'm not good at the game. I don't want to deal with agents. I'm not a fan. I've had a few agents that I've had really good relationships with, but otherwise they're a lot. And so I do not want to play the game that is required to be Diana Rossini, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, Jordan Schultz, because they all got that stuff about this facet joint or faucet joint or whatever they're calling it. around the same time, it came from Mulugeta, the agent, because he wants it out there that his guy, A, legit had a back issue, and B, is a tough guy. He's going to play through the pain. Because the first report from Adam, which Adam's amazing at his job. I'm not dogging him at all. But word choice matters. And I know only one of us on the panel has had a baby, but he ain't playing with an epidural. That basically blocks you from feeling the bottom half of your body, which I don't see you being able to run if that's what you do. He would potentially get an anti-inflammatory shot, but let's be realistic here. If he has to get one, fine, but he passed his physical. He said on Friday unequivocally he's playing in this game, so now it feels like we're backtracking a little bit.
Jason, Kay Adams declared herself the fans GM for the Packers after taking credit for getting Micah Parsons to Green Bay, or at least saying she had a role in it. And fans went a little nuts, in my opinion. One fan got a tattoo of Cam's with a cheese head. I'm curious, has anyone ever gotten a Jason Wilde tattoo that you're aware of?
Oh, my God.
God, I hope not.
What would it look like? Like, what would be the ideal Jason Wilde tattoo for a fan in your eyes?
That's a great question.
Asking for a friend.
Matt. Well, I mean, obviously, given how strange my relationship with Molly has gotten, I would expect him to be first in line, and it'll be me eating a Big Mac. Look, I've
also never had a Big Mac.
I saw you tweeted that. I thank you for your support.
What the hell is wrong with you people? My God. Okay, I can't.
You have the palate of my toddler.
You do. My toddler would probably eat a Big Mac if I gave it to him.
Amen.
Yuck. Well, anyway, we really appreciate our partnership with McDonald's. Look, Kay's great at what she does. She's way more successful than I am. She doesn't need me telling her what to say and what not to say. I just live by the rule that we can joke about it on occasion, and I'm sure she's sort of joking, but we don't really have that kind of power. So I certainly would not play into that personally. God bless whoever got her tattooed onto wherever they got it tattooed onto, but no, I don't want anybody ever getting a tattoo of me, including Paula or the girls. And I feel fairly confident that none of them will do that.
Jason, you got to get back to volleyball. Thanks for carving out a little bit of time for us.
Of course, anything for you, Jim. The other two, I don't know. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Wait, we might want to ask the same one to Matt Hamilton, but let me tell everyone about At Canopy Wealth Management. They're a fee-based advisory firm. They don't chase commissions, never back gimmicks, or instruments that chase single-day returns or put your long-term goals at risk. The team at Canopy creates strategies that are tailored to your needs, goals. At Canopy Wealth Management, care, competence, and clarity aren't just buzzwords. They're a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to start it with them today. It's canopy-wealth.com. Molly, what were you going to ask?
Well, it was more so a question to the fans. If you had to get one of us tattooed on you, which one of us are you getting tattooed?
We can definitely take calls on that, 844-770-3776.
Matt
Hamilton is the best odds that there's someone out there that has Matt Hamilton tattoo.
That's where my mind went. As soon as you asked that to Jason, I'm like, there has to be somebody with Matt Hamilton.
Do you know of anyone with a Matt Hamilton tattoo?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or literally just like a stash? Like,
we should maybe Pablo's here. Maybe he can Google we got some food being dropped off here.
Yeah.
You can see it on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. What is this, Matt Hamilton?
This looks like a tuna tartare.
Seared sashimi.
Seared tuna.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect, too. It's got...
Molly, it's delicious.
It's delicious.
We got some shrimp here, and look what else is up there, too. What's the last one? Pablo? Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, we are going to stuff our faces. But
that's bread and spinach artichoke dip. Pablo didn't have a microphone, so I really didn't hear that.
If the
show it off for the camera.
I would say that I would be the most likely to have someone have some sort of voodoo doll.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
True.
Yes. Your voodoo doll would be a pin cushion at this point.
Or like a tattoo of my face with an X through it. On that note, I do want to give Eric a shout out, and then we'll go to break here. One, Matt in the Greenhouse says, it warms my soul to hear Jim upset. Matt, I'm always upset. It's like the Hulk. The key to me is I'm always angry. So, it doesn't really push me over any sort of edge. But Eric in Green Bay chimes in. I honestly can't comprehend why fans can have their emotions impacted by a sports radio personality having an opinion on a team or player. Thank you, Eric. I upset Brewers Nation the other day on vacation. But
That's how good you are, Jim.
I just tweeted about PCA being better than Jackson Churio, which is factual across the board. And, oh, God, all I got was angry responses. How can this guy be a host in Wisconsin? Here's how. Eric adds on to it. Different opinions and perspectives make sports commentary fun. I actually like to hear what fans of other teams have to say about my team. Otherwise, we could just play the same show on repeat every day. Eric gets it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. That's why I like doing the show with you, Jim.
Too many
even
people,
when it
too many
does
people.
upset me.
Even when you guys fight.
Eric basically put a spotlight on what's wrong with America as a whole. Everyone just wants to be told only the things that they like.
You don't agree with me? Well, then I hate you.
You're right. And I want to find a podcast or a show that just tells me all the things that I like are great and no other outside views. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
People like me.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin volleyball splitting its matches in the opening Spike Classic. A Friday night victory over Kansas, followed by a loss to Texas Sunday afternoon. Mimi Collier shining in her Badger debut, 26 kills versus the Jayhawks. John Audius' call from her 10th kill in the opening set.
Sideline to sideline set. Tapped over. Micah's right there. Now flying in from the back row is Mimi Collier as Collier cracks down her 10th kill of the set.
The Badgers return to the Fieldhouse this weekend. ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
I've been loving my results from Carpet World Health as I've gotten a couple hydrofacials done. My skin is glowing. I need to book my next appointment here soon. Their brand new state-of-the-art location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center is phenomenal. They have literally everything you can imagine at their med spa: laser treatments, injectables, body contouring, vitamin drips, and so much more. Head over to carbonworldhealth.com to learn more and get started on your health and wellness journey.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. We're at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Riley out back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Lee brought out some great food from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, and it was it looks like a spinach artichoke dip with some bread.
Good.
Delicious. Seared sashimi, which Matt and I have had. Matt, the rest is yours, and I've had my
right.
half. And now, who chimed in? David Deerfield said, didn't Ruth know that Molly's thoughts on seafood? But, Molly, you ate.
I ate the shrimp because I like shrimp because it's somewhat fried and has an amazing sauce, whatever that is.
And the shrimp here is, like, legit. It's big,
Yeah. It's
delicious
good.
shrimp. Yeah, yeah.
But whatever you said that is, that freaks me out.
This is tuna.
It looks like something I wish I could like, but it makes me a little nervous.
So I'll
Have
say
you
this.
never tried?
No.
Well, you should try
No,
it at
we
least
can cut
in the break. I'll cut you a tiny little piece off.
The texture looked.
So here's the one thing I'll
No,
say for you.
it's like a medium rare steak.
Yes, because Molly, that was my
honestly, it tastes like
I don't
it, too.
eat medium
Yes.
rare steak.
But that was my foray into
Don't.
eating.
Even what?
How much?
No,
How
I used
do
to
you
be
like your
medium
steak?
well,
Okay.
and now I'm medium.
Okay, that's
we're
that's
maturing
acceptable.
people, just like Jordan Love.
So so try.
Yeah,
But
first of all, I will not hear any of your terrible takes about me not having a Big Mac if you won't try something like delicious.
Okay,
and
but there's
gourmet
a
like
difference
that.
between the accessibility of having a Big Mac versus ahi tuna.
Yes,
and a
that's
good
true.
ahi tuna like you get here at Ruth's Chris.
So I will say this: that was my down in Florida. There was a woman I dated for a long time. This was her like go-to. She loved, and obviously in Florida, a lot of good places can make seared sashimi, and it was my foray. I first tried this, and it was really good because I was kind of not anti-seafood, but seafood like this, not cooked.
Right.
I was like, I don't know. It was amazing. It's got very much a steak type texture to it, Matt. That's perfect
Yeah,
description.
that's why
especially
tuna
with like
is-
this seared part on the outside. It's
Yeah.
got a little bit of seasoning on it. But then it got me, and I'm
The
not saying
soy
mozzarella.
sauce gives it that like
Yeah.
umami flavor like a steak would have.
Yes, it got me to then try sushi and kind of open up the palate more. But this was the gateway because it really is, even for someone who wouldn't want to eat a fish that's not like fully cooked or medium well, as Molly prefers her steak or other things. This is a good kind of baby step into.
Yeah, exactly. This is the shallow end of the beach style pool that is like wave pool that is seafood.
Yes.
Like I understand I'm not gonna ask you to eat like deadly puffer fish,
Right.
Where if it's prepared wrong, like you'll die. This is standard
terrifying.
tuna that's just seared to perfection. It's delicious.
But okay, so here's the good thing about this is that it doesn't smell like fish.
Well, that was the other thing I was going to bring up too. Yeah.
Because that, and
does
Matt,
not
while you
have
were
that.
gone, we had this whole conversation with Ryan because Ryan loves to get like a salmon salad for lunch, like a weirdo.
Salmon smells a little fishy.
A little. It's the most fishy. The most fishy.
I will
You'd
say
be
I don't
surprised.
think you've
I've
fully
smelled some
understood.
fishy
Yeah,
things, and it is.
I just came from a place that eats lox for breakfast.
What?
Lox? It's basically
Lox,
raw
Molly.
salmon.
Lox.
Lox, Molly.
That is
And what's the other like lutefisk, which is like a fermented.
It's got fish and area codes.
It is trust me, there's way fishier stuff than salmon, but I don't disagree with you.
fish.
salmon can have a fishy smell from time to time, but I think it's traditionally one of the less fishy fish.
Spicy. Wait, salmon is?
Believe it or not.
Gross.
Yeah.
That is no.
Man.
No.
I said lox and lutefisk, and Molly misheard both of them.
I actually just now like the idea of Lutefish singing a song about fish in different area codes.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good evening, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Starting out in Milwaukee, the Brewers, after 19 games in 18 days, finally have a well-deserved day off. During that stretch, the crew went 9-10, and their division lead went from 8 games to 5.5 in the NL Central over the Chicago Cubs, and also their 4.5-game lead over the Phillies for the number 1 seed in the National League, with 2 games left in the series and 23 games left in the season. Kind of crazy to think we're that close to the playoffs already. It was a tough one yesterday for the Brewers, as they blew multiple leads in a 10-8 loss to the Philadelphia Phillies, but after their rest today, they'll be back in the saddle tomorrow and look to stretch that lead over the Phils. First pitch is slated for 6:40 from American Family Field. You can hear that right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
But if this is a legitimate thing, I mean, I would be incredibly proud of Brian Gutekunst as being the GM of the Packers. Even if it doesn't work out, it almost feels like the Dame thing to me, where it's we all thought the Dame coming to the Milwaukee Bucks was a fantastic idea, and then obviously look how it played out. But we were excited when it happened. You are proving to me, a Packers fan, you are proving to me that you are trying to win a championship, which is all I can ask of from my
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The Monster Blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power. At Roost Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, we're enjoying some seared sashimi, some spinach artichoke dip with bread, and an amazing shrimp here that, Matt, you got to dig into before Molly finishes.
I have not had this one yet.
And then we got Lee, who's the one that brought it all out for us, but we can have Lee join us some point. Otherwise, he'll join the Barry Alvarez show that's coming up here very soon as well. But we had our poll question here. Is Jordan Love under the most pressure of any NFL quarterback in 2025? 67% of you are soft because you say no. Yes, the answer is yes. You acquire Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons wants to come to Green Bay because he thinks that Jordan Love is better than Dak Prescott. He thinks a team that with Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy as a coach, prior years, CeeDee Lamb, and other talented players, he thought that team and obviously it wasn't good enough to get him to the Super Bowl. That's not a Micah Parsons problem. That is a Dallas Cowboys offense not being good enough problem. The Green Bay Packers have acquired Micah Parsons. If the Green Bay Packers don't go to the Super Bowl, it's not Micah Parsons' fault. It's not Goody's fault. It's Jordan Love's fault with some Matt LaFleur mixed in. So, without a doubt, Jordan Love has more pressure than any other quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. And Matt LaFleur's high on that list, too. Because Matt LaFleur didn't get a contract extension.
That's right.
If the Packers go out, and I don't think this is going to happen, but if they go out and win 10 games and they're a wild card, they don't win the division, and then they lose the first round of the playoffs, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Missing the playoffs seems insane. Finishing with 12 wins, being I don't know what seed, a 6 seed instead of the 7 seed, and then losing their first playoff game, that's not insane. That could create some issues for LaFleur depending on how and why that team finishes that way. I don't think that's going to happen. The expectations, in my opinion, is you need to win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years of Jordan Love when you make this trade. That's the bet that Goody made. Goody said, I believe in Jordan Love, and that's why I'm going to get this player. And yes, my opinion is influenced by the Bears made a wrong bet. They thought Mitch Trubisky on that rookie scale deal with the rest of the team around him and Matt Nagy coming in off of the Chiefs, their offensive coordinator, that was going to be the start of the Super Bowl run. They made a bet. It got them a division title and 2 playoff wins, which not great. Not horrible. I mean, they went from missing the playoffs to a division title to making the playoffs with Khalil Mack. That's the difference he made. But it didn't get to the Super Bowl with Khalil Mack. That's not going to get you there most years. The offense still has to be pretty darn close, top 10, top 5 to win the Super Bowl. You also need the defense, so that's why I think the pressure's on Jordan Love.
I mean, I don't know why that, especially in Wisconsin, where most of the votes, I'm sure, are coming from for this, that this isn't even at least closer to 50-50. I can't, there's other quarterbacks that have high-pressure situations, but, Jordan Love has now got the contract. He got his receiver, or a number one, round one caliber wide receiver.
He might not be there this year, but he'll be there.
You know, and he's got his elite defensive player. His defense looks way better now than it did before. There is no other excuse that Jordan Love can make other than it's on him and Matt LaFleur. The two of them need to go out. LaFleur's got to put Love in position to be great, and then Love's got to seize all those opportunities. So the fact that we aren't as a community of Packer fans thinking that this isn't higher pressure, I think that's you guarding your heart. Because the first time you said it, I wanted to say no. When you said Super Bowl or bust, I kind of want to say no. I want to hedge and be like, well, they just got to make it there. They just got to make it to it because anything can happen. It's that's me guarding my heart. Sure, that's a totally reasonable thing to say, but that's your built-in excuse if it doesn't go your way. That is what we're doing by saying no to this question. Jordan Love, without a doubt, has as much pressure as anyone else in the league, probably more. So this is it's a disingenuous poll or question that I think all of our fans are guarding their hearts like I wanted to do, and I got over it after I had this delicious tuna.
Well, it's funny because that's literally the exact take that I had last week on Thursday when the news broke as we were setting up our Wisconsin College Game Day tailgate. Jim brought it up where he was like, this is a Super Bowl or bust season. And I was like, well, is it? Are we sure?
That was my first thought,
I don't
too.
want to say that. And I'm still kind of on that line where I'm like, I don't want to say that because if it doesn't happen, it's going to really suck. And as we know, I am that fan that guards my heart. So, I'm 100% in the same boat where I'm just I don't want to admit that is the expectation, but it is now. But if we're being honest, that should have been the expectation when Jordan Love signed a $55 million contract per year.
Well, I think with this addition, it's without a doubt it should be.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to guard my heart. I'm definitely guarding it a little this season. I'm like, if they just do well and maybe make an NFC championship game, that's fine. But, Jim, you're absolutely right. This 3-year window they have, they have to at least get to a Super Bowl. They should win one for this to be called a complete success. If they make it to a Super Bowl, you can say it wasn't a complete failure,
right?
But it wasn't a success, obviously. So, they need to at least get to a Super Bowl for this not to blow up in Goody's face where he failed with his big swings.
This move was made to go win a Super Bowl.
100%. Goody didn't do it just because he likes Micah Parsons.
I think a 3-year window for winning the Super Bowl is a fair window. So Goody has put the pressure on the floor, on Jordan Love, on the entire team, saying we are built to win a Super Bowl. Go do it. Mm-hmm. And if they don't, then Goody can make changes. This is Super Bowl or bust over the next 3 years. You've opened the window. We don't know what it'll look like in 3 years. Maybe they can adjust on the fly and the window stays open. But you can feel like for sure with this roster over the next 2 to 3 years, this is the roster.
Do you think this...
There's nobody else coming to save them.
Does this turn the heat down on Goody's heated seat or up?
Is this funny? Because I feel like we had this conversation last week. But,
Yep.
I personally think it turns it down because I believe, like I said, he's kind of like, I did all I can do.
Well, it's
now,
at least
granted,
down for the next couple years. Is that what you're getting at? Because if it doesn't work
I don't know
out,
about for the
then
next
he's
couple-
obviously super
I don't know
Such a
about for the next
sweetheart
couple
trade.
years.
It would be
Yeah.
more if Jordan Love. Honestly, it would look worse on him for Jordan Love not being good enough than this Micah Parsons trade.
Right.
In my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
It'd
Because
be
you
more
blew
of
up the entire organization for Jordan Love.
Because Goody, this trade also admits, with Sean Gary,
Yep.
I screwed that up. He ain't good enough. Lucas Van Ness, I screwed that up. He ain't good enough.
The draft of Matthew Golden,
Yes.
Jordan Love might not be good enough.
Yes. There are moments here, which is a sign of a good GM, where Goody says, you know what, maybe I didn't pick right here. Or I'm just going to hedge my bet a little bit. He's hedged now. Micah Parsons hedges Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness not reaching their potential. It now makes it more likely they could because you have a multiplier.
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary should face single push rushes. Like, he's not going to get the double team. That's Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Van Ness can kick inside. He's never going to get double teamed. If Parsons is on the field, he's getting double teamed.
I think it also brings it back to Aaron Rodgers, too. Like, Brian Gutekunst didn't do enough to support Aaron Rodgers. He didn't put enough people around Rodgers in order to make him a Super Bowl-level quarterback and team.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you had Aaron Rodgers, who is elite. He was elite when he was with the Green Bay Packers. But you didn't do enough to put around him in order to set him up for success. So, therefore, he's trying to make up for it and doing it with Jordan Love.
Or maybe he's just doing it for his guy.
That, too, but also he has to prove that his move in getting Jordan Love in the first place wasn't the wrong decision. Same thing with the
agree.
Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness.
That's kind of
all the
why
guys
I'm
that you
wondering,
just said.
like, does this turn it up? Does this mean, like, hey, this is where we find out if your Jordan Love move was right or wrong? Like, now the pressure, like, sure, the pressure for you to do something to make your team the best it could be is gone. You've done that now. But now the proof's going to be in the pudding. Is this team is your quarterback that you pushed out a multi-time Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famer for Jordan Love? If this doesn't work out now, it's totally on you. So I could see it kind of warming his seat up too, because if this doesn't work out in the next 3 years, do we want him drafting our next quarterback?
JJ Poinette says, if this turns out to be a bad move for whatever reason, Goot gets the consolation prize of tampering down criticism if he doesn't make moves like this in the future. It would be perfect ammo to shoot back at all the armchair GMs. And I know we heard it in the open of me saying that this reminds me of the Damian Lillard trade, but this absolutely does. Like,
yeah.
I get it. Like, I get it. The Dame stuff didn't turn out, and I hope to God that Micah Parsons does turn out a lot better. But it's all the same, where it's a GM is trying to win a championship, and that is what he's trying to do. And in the Bucs
selling
case,
the near future
yes.
for that championship.
Exactly, and
now.
that's what we've been saying. I mean, at least me as a fan, I've been saying I'm good with the Packers going all in and sucking for the next 5 years. Like,
Molly's the fan. I'm getting a Molly Brown tattoo.
You better.
She did it.
You better.
She
you
got
and all of our fans.
She got Goody to listen and went all in for the Packers because one Super Bowl in the next 10 years is enough to satiate Molly. I think that is a good call.
Basically.
If they win the Super Bowl, I'm getting a Molly Brown tattoo.
Please
Amen. I know that Odyssey satiates you.
Yes, it certainly does because it's the best feta around. That's because it's made right here in Wisconsin with locally sourced milk from Wisconsin. These guys know cheese. They are multiple-time award winners in the cheese industry. You got to check out Odyssey. Their feta cheese is fantastic. They've got a ton of amazing flavors, too, from the traditional feta, the Mediterranean herb, the peppercorn feta, the tomato basil, and the sweet heat that I had last night on my dinner. You can't go wrong. So if you are looking to put a little bit of tang from that delicious feta in your life, get your Greek on with Odyssey products and Odyssey feta.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 financed. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit MetroFordMadison.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison have teamed up again for the 5th annual Putts for Pups golf outing benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. Join us for a day of golf at Black Hawk Country Club on September 19th. Since it started in 2021, Putts for Pups has raised over $120,000 for the Dane County Humane Society. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Badgerland Exteriors, Alts Operations, Zimbrick Automotive, and Vortex Optics.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Well, I miss Sally at a late night dive bar. She don't dance, but she downs her drinks.
Guys, I'm so excited excited to tell you about a brand new partner of ours, Madison College. They've been in the area for over 100 years right here in our community, helping students build their futures. They've grown to 7 campuses all across South Central Wisconsin, including 3 right here in Madison. And if you're not in the Madison area, they've got campuses in Fort Atkinson, Portage, Reedsburg, and Watertown, plus tons of online and hybrid options so you can make school fit your schedule. Madison College has over 200 different programs to choose from, whether it's associate's degrees, technical diplomas, certificates, or apprenticeships. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge. Matt Hamilton with us. We are at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Riley Yauk behind the glass. We're going to get to throwing stones, and I want Riley to participate in this, but let's get to throwing stones.
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
And we are going to throw some stones here. It's about the Milwaukee Brewers, so I wanted to involve Riley as well as our resident massive Brewers fan here. But saw this tweet a couple different places. The Brewers will have a day off today, weird day off, 19 games in 18 days. In that stretch, the Milwaukee Brewers went 9-10. The division lead went from 8 games to 5.5. There's 23 games remaining in the regular season. My brother also pointed out in the woe is me, nobody has it as hard as the Milwaukee Brewers conversation. He said 29 games in 30 days is crazy, but just a little crazy. So the average Major League team plays between 27 and 28 games in 30 days. The Chicago Cubs played 26 games in September. So they had to play a little extra, but not a preponderance of extra games there. But I don't know if the Brewers definitely earned their day off here. But are you worried not about the Cubs catching the Brewers for the division? I don't think that's going to happen. But I think the Brewers have fallen back to the pack where I think Philly, LA, San Diego, maybe even the Cubs, any one of those teams, in my opinion, when the playoffs start, have equal chance to go to the World Series. Positioning will help. So winning the division and being the number 1 seed will help. But they lose the next 2 to Philadelphia. They're going to have 1-game lead on Philadelphia over for the best record in the National League. So things are getting a little tight for the Brewers. Coming back down to earth from we never lose to now we're below 500.
Yeah, no, they're very much in. At least I'm looking at what they're. Okay, so they're 85-54. So they still need to win 15 games to get to 100. And I'm just getting a little nervous because I don't think that's going to happen.
How many games do I have? 23.
Yep, 23.
Right. Yep, I said 23 earlier. They're sputtering. Okay. They're sputtering a little bit.
There's 8 more.
I got a shot.
I just want to be right. I care more about being
I want
right
you to be
than
right
I
too.
do about the Brewers.
And
Actually,
I will give you full credit, but it is funny. You're I want to be right. You just said a number.
Yeah, but 100 seemed like a good number.
It never happened before for the Brewers number.
Right.
A crazy number.
And you think I knew that? No.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So, I love that you're I want to be right, but you literally just said a number.
Yeah,
another reason for Brewers fans to get a Molly Brown tattoo.
Yes.
Exactly. You're welcome, Brewers fans, if this happens. If it doesn't happen, I never said it.
Yeah, of course.
So, Riley, I feel like you're the resident Brewers fan here. Are you getting a little bit nervous? I know we talked about it. I know multiple shows talked about it. I know I asked different things about it with thinking, did the Brewers peak too soon? And everybody was like, no, they didn't peak too soon. Are you feeling like the Brewers kind of peaked too soon heading into the playoffs almost with a month left?
No, I don't think they peaked too soon. I just think they needed this day off. They needed some time to rest. 19 games in 18 days is a lot. And, again, I don't think it's egregious. I don't think Brewers fans need to be freaking out about, the MLB's trying to screw us over heading into the playoffs. And I'm not worried about the Cubs gaining 2.5 games over the past 18 days or 19 games. I don't think the Cubs are going to catch the Brewers. I'm a little more worried about the Phillies. I think it's really important that the Brewers, win the division. That's the most important, so they can rest up their bullpen during that wild card series. But I don't want to go to Philly 4 times, potentially, in a playoff series. That Citizens Bank has a crazy reputation. It's one of the best playoff atmospheres in the country. Don't want to go there. Would much rather have them at American Family Field. So this home stretch is very important for the Brewers, especially these next 2 games, but I'm definitely not worried right now with how they're playing. Even the losses, like yesterday, the bullpen blew several leads. Don't like seeing that, but Trevor McGill is injured right now. Shelby Miller and Aaron Ashby had to clean up. Mizorowski, he might end up being a bullpen arm, but they're scrapping, they're clawing, they're still fighting. I'm not worried, to sum it up.
Again, and I wouldn't say fans should be
he
worried.
swung on that yesterday.
Yes,
right?
also
like,
very
that was a
true.
swing,
All right.
and that was terrible. Terrible call.
God, you're back in America. You're back in
the bigger issue,
Brewers.
though, Matt, and all Brewer fans seem to ignore this, I don't know, they blew multiple leads in that game. Like, they should have walked away with that game. Miz then crapped out, had a terrible last inning. He was there. Miz has been pretty awful his last 5 starts.
Miz has been he gets to the 4th inning and he kind of implodes. That is concerning.
Implodes or teams catch his speed, because the knock on Miz, his fastball is very fast. It's a little flat. Like, Hader didn't throw as hard, but it moved more. So teams might be timing him up a little bit. He can fix that. He's still a hell of a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
But the magic may have run out a little bit this year where teams can time him up, or he might be a bullpen arm. To me, it's more, and again, not about the Cubs, because I don't think the Cubs are good enough to catch him. But the schedule is not, I don't know Philly's schedule, but you might face Skeens against the Pirates. The Rangers are no slouch. Cardinals are terrible. Angels are terrible. But then you got the Padres and the Reds to wrap this thing up. And those 2 teams might have a little something to play for. So I know the Cubs have, like, the most easy schedule you can imagine. That's the only way they're going to catch the Brewers, is that the Cubs only play one more team above 500. But Philadelphia could catch the Brewers. But my overall point is that the Brewers are somewhere in between that team that won 14 games and this, which does not set them, and I think some Brewer fans, maybe Riley included or not, does not set the Brewers head and shoulders above everyone else. I think a lot of these teams are all capable of going on a heater and getting to the World Series. I don't see a clear-cut team that I would say I would bet a significant amount of money going deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I
can
don't
see them all losing or winning.
Yeah, I think any Brewers fan that thought the team was going to stay that hot as they were during that 14-game winning streak is ridiculous. But that's why it feels so possible. No, that's why it feels so possible this year for the Brewers to win the World Series, because no one is head and shoulders above anyone else. There's no clear-cut elite team. So if the Brewers get hot again, maybe they struggle down the stretch these last 20 or so games, but you catch fire in the playoffs, it's right there for the take. So I'm very confident still. I feel great about the Brewers.
All right, we got Mark Tauscher coming up next. Go be a winner. Winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Utica Bar, Paoli Pub and Grill, the Pub at Pleasant Springs, and the Nitty Gritty in Sun Prairie.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Jim Rutledge.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
Matt Hamilton. Help me out. Who is that?
Wisconsin football analyst.
You know what? It feels like Molly's the only one that's being sincere about that. So, Molly, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
We're hanging out here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Barry Alvarez show is coming up next. He is literally at the Horseshoe Bar. Tarek Solitaric Angler will be here as well. We're in Barry Alvarez's space. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you? How is everybody?
I think we're all doing great. Matt and Molly probably better than Actually, I'm not even that upset because it's like
I'm a little sleepy.
Yes, you were traveling, but the Micah Parsons trade obviously still the repercussions are going to be felt throughout the season. This is a heck of a move for the Green Bay Packers. This is a move that, in my opinion, it says we're going all in, and it puts a lot of pressure on Jordan Love because Micah Parsons had Dak Prescott in Dallas. It's not Micah Parsons' fault they didn't win a Super Bowl. It's on Dak Prescott. J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, they don't have Super Bowls. That's on their quarterback. So even though Micah Parsons is the star of this, Goody has given LaFleur and the Packers a premier defensive player, a Super Bowl caliber defense, so now the pressure's on the offense to go out and win the dang thing.
Do you now have the Packers out of 4th place in the division?
Well, see, here's the thing. The internet lies. No, the internet lies. I never had them in 4th place because we said removing the quarterback. The quarterback is an important part. I had them finishing 2nd. I now have them as I still would put them as 2nd best team in the NFC. I still got to put Philly number 1. They bringing back a lot of players, most of their coaches, and they got their version of Micah Parsons on offense in Barkley.
But they jumped Washington.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, right now, but the pressure's on Jordan Love. Because if he doesn't do it the next 3 years, that just points out that he's more Dak Prescott than he is than Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you can look at it from 100 different ways. I do agree with you. There's more pressure on everybody involved. Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, Jeff Hafley. Anytime you add someone of the caliber of Micah Parsons, you are telling everybody, your locker room, your fan base, your coaching staff, that it's time to win, and it's time to win now. And, we were all off season discussing, well, what did Goody mean by urgency? Well, this is what urgency looks like. And this is what, we need to be better in the playoffs than what we've seen. And we need to make a big splash play and get better winning one-on-ones when you're talking about rushing the passer. And what Green Bay did, they did. They pushed all their chips in, and they said, but this isn't, well, if you don't win it this year, it's a bust, because this isn't some 35-year-old pass rusher who's on his last legs. This is someone in their going into the prime of their career, and you matched that up with Jordan Love. So you have a 4 or 5 year window where, yeah, I would say if you don't find a way to win a championship, I would think that you're going to be very disappointed, and you could look back and say, how you want to judge this trade is, did you win? And that pressure will fall on everybody.
Oh, well, that was going to be my question, is whose responsibility is it then if the Packers don't win, if they don't win a Super Bowl? Because I don't know how you feel, Tausch, and to me, I know that you've said it too, where Brian Gutekunst's seat has been getting warmer. Do you feel like this takes the pressure off of Brian Gutekunst, or is he still kind of on the hot seat?
I think both Goody and Matt LaFleur, when, Ed Policy came out and said that nobody's going to get extended, we'll see how this season goes, and we don't want to have a lame duck coach or a lame duck general manager. You're judged in the NFL on how you do every year. So as far as the pressure goes, I don't know how anybody's going to sit here and say, what else did you want Brian Gutekunst to do? He has done, I think, everything. He's bolstered his offensive line. He's added a wide receiver to the wide receiving core. And you can say, well, they didn't have a corner. They didn't bring anybody in. That would be the criticism. But you have 3 stars at 3 different levels in this defense now with Micah Parsons, Edgerrin Cooper, and Xavier McKinney, and that's how you would want something built. So as far as the pressure's on, I think Jim is, right in saying that Jordan Love, he needs to be more consistent, and the offense needs to be better, especially at the end of the year. And within that, I think Matt LaFleur falls in that same category. There is now, it's great when you make these big acquisitions. It's awesome. Fans love it. Everybody loves it. The coaches love it. And now it's about going out and proving that it was the right move and that it was the difference to being a 10-7, 11-6 team, and being a team that's a 1 or a 2 seed that is knocking at the championship door and winning playoff games. That's what this move is about. And with that, I think that pressure falls on every line, whether it's the quarterback, the head coach, or the general manager.
Tausch, what's your concern level with Micah Parsons and his back situation right now for the short term and the long term?
I think it's minimal. I mean, obviously you'd love for it to be 100%. Nobody has any questions, but I think he's going to play Sunday. And I think, when you're an organization making a move like this and you're giving up 2 first-round picks and a player that you hold in high regard, and then you're also going to dump the amount of money into it, you're not just trusting, oh, well, they said everything's good. You're going to go and have a bunch of scans. You're going to have your doctors. You're going to have a physical that you're going to have to have him pass. So you feel good about it. But I think anytime there's a back injury, there should be some level of mild concern depending how serious it is. I saw he was practicing yesterday. Hopefully he's practicing the rest of the week. And, if you have to, have shots and everything that Adam Schefter said, that obviously would be very concerning if that was something you needed to do on a consistent basis. But as far as my level of concern after picking up Micah Parsons, you're not doing that without doing your due diligence from the Packers standpoint.
Josh, sorry, go ahead.
Kind of a follow-up, is there any concern with Micah Parsons playing week 1 with such a short period of time, getting used to this playbook? Or as a football guy yourself, is it a little easier to learn pass rusher and defensive line because you're just pinning your ears back and trying to get the quarterback? Or how does that work for a guy who's going to have a week and a half of time or 2 weeks of time looking at this playbook?
Well, I'm not worried at all about the playbook side of it. If you're going to worry about anything, and I don't envision Micah Parsons playing 50, 60 snaps. I think it would be in the 20 to 30 range, because the thing you're worried about is soft tissue injuries. He has not done a ton at Cowboys training camp. I think he did some walkthroughs. I don't know if he did any full-speed things throughout it. You guys would have to tell me. I don't believe he did. So you don't just ramp up and say, all right, now let's go play 70 snaps. I would be shocked if that happened. So the concern level would be, especially if he's dealing with a back, going out there and trying to find the spots and the packages that, obviously it's going to be rushing the passer is what you're looking for. And then you slowly integrate him into being the guy that's going to, take 50, 60 snaps a game. I don't envision that being the case when Green Bay plays Sunday.
Tauscher, I want to switch gears to Badger football. They won their first game 17-0 over Miami of Ohio. How are you feeling now after you saw them play in week 1?
Well, I mean, I think, you feel really good about the defense and what they were able to do both. On the edge, I thought a couple of guys, Reiger and Cheeks, both I thought really showed up well. That was, obviously an area that wasn't good enough last season, and that looks better. That I said all throughout camp, they're just a lot bigger up front. They're going to be able to stop the run and do things with more bodies. And I think offensively, obviously, when you have your quarterback go down in the first half, there's going to be concern. And I thought for what they did and came out struggling a little bit, being able to score 17, late in the game, get it to 17, and now kind of basing off of what you're hearing from Fickell this week, offensively there's some room to grow. There's no doubt. It was not the cleanest game, but I thought defensively they did everything they needed to do in order to win a football game.
I saw today Fickell, his quote about Danny O'Neal was, "I love an athletic arrogance." What is that? I mean, I think that's a compliment. I think that's great. What does that mean when you hear that?
I think it means, and you saw this on one of the key plays in the game was a jet sweep kind of fake, and then he read it and then took off and showed his speed and athleticism. And, I think as a backup quarterback, you don't really think about all that stuff, but now, if you're in there and you're playing a meaningful snaps and if you have to start, all of a sudden you have to look at, getting down and not saying I can take on that linebacker. You love the fact that the competitive juices are flowing, but you also, as a quarterback, have to be smart about when you're picking those spots to do it. So athletic arrogance is, I think, a term where you think you can throw every ball through every window. You can do that. You can do everything. And there's a lot of good with that, but you also have to be mindful of taking care of the football and taking care of your health physically when you're thrust into that spot.
Yeah, because Billy Edwards isn't going to play most likely, so you got Danny O'Neal, and then I don't know if it's Carter Smith or someone else behind him, but not a lot of starts behind Danny O'Neal, so they have to keep him healthy at least till Billy gets back, and I'm sure Danny's got that on his mind.
Well, I'm sure that's what Luke is talking about, and there was, I mean, you just saw a burst when he took off and outside of the pocket. I think there's always concern if your starting quarterback is out on who is going to be up next, and you have to always have a plan. And when someone hasn't taken a ton of reps, I know Luke mentioned, throughout the last couple of weeks of prep, Billy was taking 80-85% of the reps. So I think for Danny to come in and do what he did on the limited amount of workload that he got, I think bodes well, especially, in this matchup against Middle Tennessee State.
Tausch, were you able to take in any other college football games this weekend, i.e. Ohio State, Texas?
Oh, yeah. I was actually up watching the New Mexico Lobos take on the Michigan Wolverines Saturday night. So I watched probably as much college football as I have in a while, and they hung tough with Michigan. Michigan's quarterback is a big dude. I'll say that. He's an athlete. He is a big cat. But Ohio State, obviously, you have to be impressed with their defense. And all of a sudden now, and I'm not saying that Alabama it's going to be some easy picking, and all of a sudden you see what Alabama did last week, and the concept that there's some unbeatable juggernaut. Obviously, Florida State didn't feel that way. So it's still going to be a huge challenge. We all know that. But the college football has a way of kind of sorting itself out. And those first couple weeks, you're trying to get your legs about you. Obviously, Alabama struggled to find their way, and we'll see what they look like when we go down there next week.
I mean, it does give you hope, too, because it was a Florida State quarterback that said they don't have Nick Saban anymore. That does impact that team a lot.
Well, and I think it's more, I mean, everybody knows that they don't, it's a matter of do the players there. look at it from the same perspective, because there are going to be under heavy criticism that program, that coach, and those players. They have not had that in quite some time. So that will be interesting to see how they react. I'll say this: I'm glad Wisconsin plays them next week and not this week, because my guess is they will probably have a get-right game this week and leading up to our game next week. But I would think you're going to see their best effort. When you're playing a team, maybe you think they're playing Louisiana Monroe, you're always worried about looking past or maybe not. I would have a hunch that is not going to be the case this weekend.
Mark,
were you laughing at my? Were you laughing?
Monroe. What is Monroe? Louisiana Monroe. Monroe.
How do you say it? Monroe?
Yeah.
I think it's Monroe, but
isn't there a Monroe High School around here?
There is, but
there is.
Louisiana Monroe is not in
Wisconsin. Is that Louisiana?
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, come on. Yes,
What about
I know.
Oregon and Oregon?
Do you say
Oregon
y'all up
is
here?
out west.
Or do you
Oregon.
say y'all down? I mean,
you can say y'all wherever you want.
There's different dialects in different parts in the country.
Okay, so
Tausch,
that'll be my assignment for you when you head down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You're going to say, is it Louisiana Monroe or Louisiana Monroe? Report back.
I will do. I know everybody's kids are back in school. I didn't know I was getting homework, but I'm certainly glad I will, and I'll make sure to get you an answer when I come back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Mark, thank you.
You got it.
Mark Tauscher brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. I think we're doing a little crosstalk with the Barry Alvarez Show next.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to GNC.com.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right. You want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests, and
couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out, making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
This is Martin Sesaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
God knows. I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That could my seat. IP ownership. The blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Couldn't try me in a tri-state.
We are presented by Coors Light. I am bringing the show in for this last segment. I am with Jesse Nelson. We are here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. We have got a crosstalk segment with the Barry Alvarez show going on right now, which is why Jesse is here. I thought it was going to be Barry, but we got Jesse. So, Jesse, welcome to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Barry is here. Would you Would you like to talk to Barry Alvarez instead of me? Because I have some great insight I'd like to offer on the state of Badger football. But
no,
we've got an hour to do that later.
I would like the both of you to do this.
I have plenty of platforms. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming back. It's always a little nerve-wracking when you leave and go overseas that you'll consider not returning to us.
Oh, and especially in Norway, too, man. That country is amazing.
Did you watch the Badger football game on Thursday night?
No, I did not.
Okay. So let's do the Matt Lib segment here
for
seeing how well you can fill in the blanks, having not seen a single second of the game. First of all, here, fill in the blank. It was a really great game for Wisconsin, except for the fact that blank got hurt.
Billy Edwards.
Yeah, nicely done.
So, like I said, I'm a line score hero.
The Badgers, for the first time since 2022, blanked.
Shut out a team?
Yeah, but we would have accepted blanked an opponent.
Oh, okay.
Because that would have worked there. But, yes, nicely done. All right, that's about it.
That's it? Wow, that's it. Then yes, I did watch the game Thursday.
Riley, you hosted the post-game show. Did I miss anything?
No, nothing. That was everything that happened in the Badgers game on Thursday night.
It was a drudge. It was slow-paced, especially early on. A lot of running the football. Hey, I will say this, and we're going to talk with Derek and Tarek and Barry about this coming up here in a few minutes at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse here in Middleton. Watching the game, you get concerned when the starting quarterback leaves, but it did feel like we were watching Badger football again after the last 2 years, trying to air it out, spread the offense out. I mean, the first two drives especially emphasized running the football, and it was ground and pound and 4- and 5-yard chunks. And just listening to portions of it, watching a little bit of it later on as we got into the second quarter, it felt like Wisconsin football again. So if that's something you were concerned about,
smash mouth football.
Yes. If that was something you wanted to know what the vibe was going to be like, it was a little boring, it was a little slow, but that's the way we like it around here.
I would agree, and fans were clamoring to bring back that kind of style of football, and I was bummed the air raid didn't work out because obviously that's a fun form of football, but go with what's tried and true here in Wisconsin, Barry ball.
My last question for you, and if you shared this earlier, I apologize. Where were you when you heard about the Micah Parsons news?
I was laying in bed in Norway in a hotel, and I think I woke up my roommate because I kind of like yipped with excitement. I was like, woo!
I've heard that noise before. Thanks for joining us on Jim, Matt, and Molly. You want to take us out?
No, you got it. You're killing it.
The Barry Alvarez Show at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, Barry Alvarez, and me, Jesse Nelson, coming up next.
See ya.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman.